What's up, guys? Sammy and I are just chilling here in Hawaii. She's scared that I'm gonna throw her in the water, but I'm a very nice boyfriend. I'm here with my Seiko Tuna SBBN 031. This is obviously made for saturation divers, and I'm obviously not doing any actual diving. This has a 300 meter water resistance rating. I'm not using any of those meters right now, but it is a whole lot of fun to take these things out and pretend like you're doing the real thing. I urge you guys, experiment with the hobby, see which types of watches you're into, and then curate a collection that really is kind of tailored to your way of life. And the truth is, everyone's way of life kind of changes, right? I'm just saying, keep your mind open, have some fun. Right now, I'm definitely going through a big dive watch phase. I think it's just because I've been swimming a lot and going out a bunch, but have some fun. Let me know what your favorite kind of watch is. Let me know in the comment section, and I will talk to you there. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and I'm going to tell time right up front. It is 11:31 p.m. That's right, a late night. Let's get down to business. So I am still in Oahu, and we had an incredible day today. We went swimming at Lanikai, and we did the pillbox hike, and I had my SBBN 031 Tuna with me, both on the hike and in the water, as you saw with that little intro. And I think I mentioned that I'm going through a bit of a new cycle when it comes to my watch collecting journey, and it's almost like a rebirth, a renaissance. It's back to the beginning, practically, because I'm finding myself becoming more and more interested in dive watches once again. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, well, dive watches are, like, really boring, right? They're, like, the most common genre of wristwatch. And I do take a look at a whole lot of dive watches on this channel, especially because micro brands typically, cater to dive watch enthusiasts. It's just easier to make a dive watch, right? Like a cookie cutter timing bezel, just kind of, it's the archetype of a watch nowadays. But there are some really super interesting divers, and I think, I have a Submariner, my 16800. My SBBN 031 Tuna is, I've said it a million times, it's like the best diver ever made. My Doxa, that I also brought with me on this trip, is a dive watch. It's a diver's chronograph. And then it got me thinking about this watch that has been on my list for years, and I've mentioned it on this channel. It has sold incredibly poorly for the manufacturer who made it, and they are depreciating like crazy, so it's kind of like a good time to buy one. And I think, I'm, obsessed with divers again. It seems like I'm wearing dive watches a whole lot more. Why not, start the process of maybe looking to purchase one? I'm talking about the Calibre de Cartier Diver. Now, this watch is incredibly polarizing. It's like another alpinist in a way, because people look at it and they're either in love with it or they absolutely are repulsed by it. And I understand people's criticisms. They're like, oh, it has Roman numerals, but then it has a small seconds with normal Arabics, and then it has like a really oversized crown with like the Cartier sapphire gemstone on the crown, and why is the date window presented that way? Okay, all those weird things are reasons why I love that watch. Here's another little tidbit of information. My mom hates this watch. I've shown her pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, I really like this piece. My mom's my number one fan. She's watching this episode right now. She hates that watch. Now, why do I think it's a good buy? Well, because Cartier's tank on the secondhand market. See what I did there? A little play on words. They depreciate like crazy. They don't have the value retention that like Rolex does unless you get into the really high-end obscure Cartiers. This watch was like a 14. I think it was like 13.5 or 14,000 when it came out, and you can find them for like around the $6,500 mark now. I want the blue two-tone on the kind of like sailcloth, like textile type strap. I don't need a bracelet. I just want the head of the watch. I want two-tone blue. It's so unique. It is so awesome. It's Cartier, which is like pretty much my favorite watchmaker at this point. And it's not something you see every day. You show up to a Red Bar meeting, you show up to some other wristwatch enthusiast group. You're going to see the Seikos. You're going to see people that like the Rolex sports watches. You may even see a Patek here or there. You will not see this caliber de Cartier diver. You just won't. I posted on Reddit, which is something I don't typically do, but I've been more active on there recently, about how this is kind of like a guilty pleasure watch, and people look at me like I have two heads when I mention that I like it. And one person responded. They had the black one, and they're like, I think it's awesome too. I actually own one. Never met another person in the world, online or otherwise, that has owned this watch. So very happy that someone out there shares the love. So here's what I'm going to do, all right? I want to announce it here on this channel. $6,500 thereabouts is not an insignificant amount of money. So I'm going to start with $0. And I'm going to have a going ticker at the bottom of the screen on every new episode. I'm going to start with $0, and I'm going to start flipping watches until I get to the correct amount accrued to purchase that watch. So we're kind of killing multiple birds with one stone here, because I'm going to show you the process of getting watches and selling them. Luckily, I have the benefit of having my own shop, but we're going to allocate some of this towards actually, getting funds to purchase that Cartier diver. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to keep track of it and bring you guys along on the journey. So at the beginning of the episode, while I was swimming, I told you to leave me some specific comment. Hopefully you listened and left me whatever comment I asked you to leave me. But I want you to leave me another comment and let me know what you think about this this Cartier, Calibre de Cartier diver. Because, again, when you think dive watch, you don't think Cartier. And if you do, you're probably thinking of the Pasha. You're probably not thinking of a proper diver with a timing bezel. But, who knows? Some of you guys may have never even known this watch existed. So, yeah, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Again, I'm heading home in a couple days, but I'm going to enjoy my time here in Oahu. And, let me know. Should I get this watch? Is it just ugly as sin? Do you own one? Are you willing to sell one cheap? Leave me a comment. I'm Jory Goodman, at the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time, I just tell it.